What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Unknown Coatings channel. Doing another supercharger top hat today. This one is not only two-tone, but it's also with a color match. So we're going to be doing all the raised areas and the letters, these bars and things of that nature are all going to be in gloss black. It'll be Tiger's wet black. And then the areas between all of this are going to be in a dark candy blue that we're matching to something that was spray painted. It looks like it's just a plastic engine cover or something of that nature. So we're going to be matching that color. First thing we're going to have to do is get this thing in to get sandblasted, of course. And I, of course, have no idea what happened to this footage. It got corrupted somehow, I guess. It's the only footage that has happened to this day, so I'm not really sure. But this is me sandblasting that cover, just in the normal Scat Blast cabinet that you guys have seen a couple times in the past here. So now we got this thing all blasted, got it all blown off and everything after that, obviously. Next step is going to be, of course, taping it up. Luckily, there's not much to tape up on this. There's some threaded areas on top, and then this whole bottom plate, which I'll just be masking here with green tape. I've seen a couple of the comments go back and forth about my use of green tape again, and blue tape, and actually less amber tape. I seem like I've been going back and forth between green tape and blue tape depending on what I'm actually doing. For just flat, straight things like this green tape works great. Anything with any sort of contour, it's going to have an issue sticking. I've been going with the blue tape quite a bit. I still love my amber tape. I'm not going to say or pretend that I don't. So I actually still do use it a lot. This doesn't seem like I record it much for some reason. But using the normal green tape, put the stripe across to kind of reinforce the tape, as you can see across like the big gap right there. That makes a pretty big difference, honestly, in the curing process. Also makes it so when you go to pull it off, it all comes off as one big piece. Tends to not like tear apart there. And then I'm using the file trick that I've shown you guys in the past, and here I can show you a little closer version of that, and one that's a little easier to see because it's not blazingly fast. I bought this little file set. I want to say I got it at like Walmart or something for a couple bucks. I know Harbor Freight has the same one, or a very similar one. I do this just to clean up the edges, make sure the tape, where the tape line ends, is absolutely perfect and clean. This gives you like a nice clean edge. Doesn't really take much extra time and is well worth it. So we'll jump over to the Optiflex 2B here, and we'll be throwing on Tiger's wet black. I still get people occasionally ask me what gun I'm using. It's almost always the Optiflex 2B or Pro. It's mostly the Pro. Most of these videos, it seems like I'm probably using the 2B. This is over in what we call like the custom booth or whatever. This is where most of the cool stuff happens. So there's a 2B over here, and then in the more like production type booth, there is a Pro, which actually probably seems backwards by most standards, but throwing it in the little oven here. This is in fact the little oven. This is like a little 4-foot oven or something like that. Got the temperature set to 375 to get this thing to flow out. And then once it's all cooled down, and this is, by the way, a perfect pull on this. This is exactly where I like to pull things out if I'm just doing a flow out before the second coat. Let it cool down below 150 degrees, of course, and then I'm going to go back over it with Tiger's wet black. Doing this 2 coats really does make a huge difference on the gloss level for this. It's significantly better looking, in my opinion. And I, of course, threw that back in the oven, gave it another partial cure, and now I'm going over to, I want to say that this was Kingsport Gray, but now I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Kingsport Gray from Prismatic. Obviously, this was a color match to something that was spray painted, so it's not like I'm gonna, need to give you guys the exact color match for what it was. But this color did work out beautifully in the end. You'll actually see I do a little comparison. And here I'm using my, custom vacuum tool. It's literally just a like a silicone hose and a pen shoved in the end of it, like a Bic pen with the internals removed. I know there's lots of kits online. I've seen numerous people offering kits. I even tried to work with a couple different suppliers about getting a kit in my hands, not for free. I was very much willing to pay for it. in an effort to, kind of like review this as a product. And everybody kind of gave me weird answers. So I guess, I don't know, that's not a thing I'll be doing anytime soon. Um, there's a couple vacuum kits that I would probably tend to avoid out there. If you guys want more information on those, like which ones to get and which ones to not get, just hit me up. I'll give you my thoughts on them. I don't want to bash a company or promote a company, actually, unless it's like a channel supporter or something of that nature. So, as you can see, I vacuumed off most of it. Now I'm just going with the wiping technique, which you guys have seen, I don't know, a billion times on this channel. I always feel obligated to show it, though, because I always get lots of questions. Luckily, this gloss black is super smooth, so wiping all this off is pretty quick and easy. It's all very hard, like defined edges, too, on all this stuff, so the edge is really clean when you're doing the wipe. Once again, I always have a damp microfiber towel on hand to wipe my thumb or finger, whatever, on, just to get any excess powder off. And also gives you, your fingers a little bit damp. It helps you with the wiping process as a whole on here. So after we go through that, put it back in the oven, get it to flow out again. Now we're going to be throwing on, this is actually just Candy Blue from Tiger. I don't think it has like a fancy name or anything. We tried a couple different options to try to match this color, and this is the one that worked. I mean, like I said, you'll see at the end, this was absolutely perfect. The Gima Optiflex 2B here is absolutely putting in work. This is, of course, the 4th coat on this, and you can see the powder is sticking with absolutely no issues at all. Once again, bust out the vacuum tool. And then a little tip for everybody, I leave this hanging up to do this. You can set it down if you really want to. I just put my hand on the back to kind of brace it where the masking is, so I'm obviously not touching an area that's being powder coated, or an area that matters if there's powder coat on it, I should say. Because ultimately we're going to pull the masking back off. So this is it after final cure. As you can see, super glossy. The color turned out great. The two-tone looks great. Hoping that I'm going to get pictures of this installed, because I would really like to see it in the engine bay. And this is the part that we had to match to. So you could even tell here, this actually looks less close than it does in person somehow, but in person it is an absolutely perfect match. Here, obviously, it still looks very good. Every angle, the size of the flake and everything is the same. So, all right, guys, this is going to wrap up this video. If you don't know, I'm doing a video every day for the month of April. Partway through April, I'm going to be kind of announcing the channel memberships and Patreon and how that's all going to work. So expect a whole video on that. Be sure to check out the UKC Army Facebook group. Hit that like button if you haven't done that already. Hit that subscribe button and share this video with a friend. Anything you can do to help promote the channel and get us back in the algorithm would be awesome. Ignore this random footage. This is my flight. I don't know. I think this is my flight back from Vegas. This recently went down to Vegas to visit my family, and I needed some extra footage to throw in here at the end. So I appreciate it, guys. As always, see you next time.